Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into the world of XRP. It's January 31st, 2026, and the crypto markets are on edge. XRP is currently trading around $1.69, after recently falling through some critical support levels at 180 and 195. The big question on everyone's mind is simple: how low can it go? To figure that out, we need to break down three potential scenarios, ranging from a standard correction all the way to a catastrophic worst-case floor. So grab your coffee, and let's get into the charts. First up, let's talk about the most likely immediate outcome, a standard market correction. I'm looking at a correction zone between $1.26 and $1.60. This is our first major area of interest if the current downward pressure continues but the broader crypto market manages to find its footing. Right now, 160 is the first line of defense that analysts are watching very closely. If that level fails to hold, the next major technical target is down at $1.26. That would represent about a 25% drop from where we are today. What's driving this? Well, the crypto fear and greed index is flashing extreme fear. This is largely being fueled by uncertainty around the Federal Reserve's next move on interest rates and a huge wave of liquidations hitting leveraged traders. Since XRP has already slipped below its bull market support level of $1.82, a test of the low 160 range seems highly probable in the coming days. This isn't a signal for outright panic, but it's a clear warning that the market is shaky and bulls have lost control for the time being. We need to see buyers step in with conviction to prevent a slide toward that 126 target. Now, let's move on to our second scenario, which is a bit more serious, a bearish reversal. I'm calling this the breakdown zone, and it sits between 90 cents and $1. If XRP loses the critical support at $1.26, it enters a much more dangerous territory. A drop to this level would mean giving back almost all of the incredible gains we saw in late 2025. The 90-cent mark is a major structural target on the charts. More importantly, breaking below the psychological barrier of $1 would almost certainly trigger a wave of panic selling, which could push the price down to 90 cents very, very quickly. What could cause such a drop? This scenario becomes much more likely if Bitcoin fails to hold its support at $80,000. We all know that as Bitcoin goes, so goes the market. Another potential trigger would be a new, unexpected regulatory hurdle for Ripple. Remember, it was breaking above this $1 zone in late 2025 that kicked off this entire rally. Returning to this level would feel like a full reset of the cycle, and it would take a significant amount of time and positive news to recover from that kind of hit to market sentiment. Finally, we have to consider the absolute worst-case scenario. This is what I call the catastrophic floor, located between 50 and 60 cents. This is the nuclear option, the absolute price floor that was established over nearly a year of trading before the recent rally. If you look back from late 2024 to mid-2025, XRP spent months consolidating in this range. This created a massive wall of historical buy orders, making it incredibly difficult for the price to fall below this level. For XRP to hit 50 cents, we would need a true black swan event. This wouldn't just be a bad week for crypto, it would be a complete market collapse. We're talking about a global recession, a severe and widespread regulatory ban on cryptocurrencies, or a total loss of confidence in the entire digital asset sector. While this scenario has a very low probability, it's crucial for any long-term investor to understand where that ultimate bottom could be in a true market meltdown. This 50 to 60 cent range is the foundation upon which the recent bull run was built. So, with these three scenarios in mind, what should you be watching for this week? First and foremost, keep your eyes glued to the Federation. The market is hanging on every word about interest rate policy. Any hawkish news, suggesting higher rates for longer, will put more pressure on assets like XRP and push it down toward that 160 level. Secondly, watch Bitcoin's health. XRP rarely swims against the tide for long. If Bitcoin can hold the line at $84,000, XRP will likely stabilize around the 160 to 170 range. However, if Bitcoin breaks down and falls below 80,000, you can expect XRP to quickly make a trip down to that $1.26 target we discussed earlier. That's my breakdown for today. Remember, this is not financial advice, just my analysis of the current market structure. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. The crypto market is volatile, so trade safely. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. I'll see you in the next video.